President Trump has had a very busy couple of weeks, meeting with leaders in Germany for the G20 summit, and then meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron again this week in Paris. Now, he is now stateside once again, where much of the American media continues to push that ordeal involving his son, Donald Trump Jr. But what should be the focus? Joining me live from New York is author and real estate expert Brad Thomas, who also sits on a brand new Trump advisory board to fight fake news. And Brad, first of all, thanks for joining me.
Hey, it's great to be on the show. Thanks so much, Patrick.
All right, Brad. Well, I want to talk about that new initiative that the Trump camp is doing to fight back against fake news. But first, you've spent a lot of time with the Trump family, and with all of this focus on Don Jr. right now, in this meeting with this Russian lawyer, what are the conversations like in the Trump Tower right now as the mainstream media continues to push and push and push?
Sure. I think it's just really, it's just more disruption. I think that's really what I see out there in general, and really not only with the family, but the campaign and the voters today. I think everybody's just sick and tired of all the disruption that we're seeing in the fake news. And it's really time to focus on the narrative that's important for this country and what put Donald Trump in the White House. So that's really what I think the family is wanting to see, what the campaign wants to see, and these voters want to see. We're really sick and tired, and we're fed up with this narrative that just keeps going on and on and on.
Does the family seem to feel like there's an end in sight here? I mean, are they frustrated?
Sure. Well, I haven't spoken with Eric or Don. I did speak with Eric's wife, Laura, and who is also a part of the campaign as well. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's just, we're focusing on the messaging that people really want to hear. And again, it's just more disruption that we're continuing to see out there. And it's really distraction. It's distracted this country, has created a really big overhang. And really, that's what really my objective is as part of this advisory board, is to keep everybody narrowly focused on the most important issues in the country today. And that's creating wealth, or as Trump would say, making America great again.
Okay, and those issues. The president took to Twitter today, pushing his support and confidence that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and the other senators can and will get that bill across the finish line and to his desk. Now, you've written about the president's abilities as a civilian to wheel and deal. What can he do at this point about health care and about tax reform?
Sure. Well, Donald Trump is an expert negotiator, and that's why he is in the White House, and that's why America voted him in the White House. So I think we're definitely seeing his ability to negotiate deal after deal, focus on those deals, put the right team together. It's no different, Patrick, was when he was building these buildings as a developer for 40 years, assembling the right architects, the right engineers, the right ingredients to make this a successful project. So I think we're going to see this get done. Healthcare will get done. And I think, look, I'm really looking forward to moving on. What I think is one of the most important initiatives today is tax reform. I've said this a lot, and really Warren Buffett said this: a rising tide lifts all ships. I think what we're seeing today in healthcare is all about affordability. That's what really, if you look at the underlying issue with healthcare today, it really boils down to affordability. So I think when this corporate tax plan is passed, I think people aren't even going to be talking as much about healthcare, because they're going to be much happier because they're able to afford healthcare. So I think the corporate tax plan is really what I'm excited about, and hopefully, again, if we can move this narrative the right direction and get these accomplishments through, then I think we're going to see that rising tide, and everybody's going to be happy. But again, it's important for me to help move that narrative, and those are the most important issues I think that Americans want to hear today.
All right, Brad, and I know you've been working with the president's daughter-in-law, Laura Trump. You just mentioned her, along with others, to get this new advisory board off and running. Tell us how this came about and what the goals are to fight fake news.
Sure. Well, first off, I'm honored to be part of this advisory board. To me, it's a dream come true, and I'm certainly there in the front end fighting for the President of the United States. That's my #1 objective. Every day when I wake up, my new job is to fight for the country and fight for the President of the United States. So I'm honored to be part of this board. There's some real leading experts on this board. And again, I think you're going to see this messaging going the right way, where these team of really industry experts, we've got a very diverse group of supporters, ultra-Trump supporters, that is, who are going to be fighting for this country every day. So I'm really excited. Again, it's all about focusing on on these subjects which are important and really moving away, steering away from this fake news that is continuing to disrupt what Trump really wants to see done for this country. And that's, I'm proud to be part of that.
All right, one last thing, Brad. I know you've always been busy. I know you've always been busy. I've known you for a couple of years now, and writing and such. You're working on a new book about the president, someone you spent some time with, of course. Tell us about that.
Sure. Well, actually, this will be my third book. So I did write the Trump Factor, Unlocking the Secrets Behind the Trump Empire. I published that book, as you know, just about 30 days before the election. So it was my first book. It was a learning experience, and that book's gone very, very well. But now I'm really to capitalize on the next chapter of this book, or really the next book, I should say. And it's going to be, I'm really, really excited about this. I've put together a team of terrific people to help me with this content of this book. And again, it's really important for me to get this book out. I would say hopefully next year. I think it's, there's been a lot of Trump books out there, but the book that I've written, The Trump Factor, is all about his businesses, and really nobody's been able to write such a book with such great detail, and that's that book. The upcoming book is going to be really exciting. It's differentiated from any other Trump book we've ever seen, and I'm really excited to get this book underway. And like I said, hopefully a year from now I can tell you more about it.
All right, sort of an Art of the Deal sequel, but stay tuned, right?
Absolutely.
Something along those lines. All right, Brad Thomas, live in New York. Thank you so much for joining me.